What it do? What it do? You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon. That's the notification bell that alert you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Sports News TV will appreciate that. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button. All helps my channel grow, get more viewers, more followers. It pushes my channel further to the YouTube algorithm. You like the content that I do, make sure you hit the Cash App, $ all caps, SRED 40. Continue to support the channel, continue to support the movement. Let's continue to build this community. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title, Carolina Panthers versus the New York Jets live post show. The Carolina Panthers are now 4-3 going into next week in a home game against the Buffalo Bills. Can the Carolina Panthers continue the streak? Can they run it up to 4? Will it happen? They beat a Jets team that was horrendous, horrible. The coach failed them, holding on to a quarterback too long when he should have just said, you know what? It is what it is. Let's cut losses. Let's go with Tyrod Taylor. Ain't no telling where this game would have went. But since it didn't go this way, will Aaron Glenn survive by Monday? Will he be fired? Yeah. Bryce Young got his road victory today. Bryce got a road victory. But the key question is the injury. How severity, how severe is the injury to Bryce Young's ankle? Is it a week to week or is it a season ending injury? Because fans are already saying that Andy Dalton is not it. Because the offense did not look good, it did not move once Bryce Young got injured. Yeah. Will this injury by Bryce Young open up the offense? Will Tate McMillan now get more catches, more explosive plays? Because the way the offense was looking, that's not what's going to happen with Tate McMillan because he can easily get phased out this offense real fast. And Tate McMillan is a guy who need catches. He's not a guy that you can just feed periodically. You be like, oh, I forgot about your teammate. No, you got to feed him the whole game. When you don't do that, you don't get the max production out of Tech. Not a good game by T Mac, but a good game by the Xavier Leggett, though. But Xavier Leggett, once again, you got to catch the ball with your hands, not with your body. That's the problem you continue to have. Game ball goes to the defense. For sure, the game ball goes to the defense. Game ball goes to the defense. Yep. The defense stepped up and did what they had to do. And I think the players are starting to get used to Evero's defense, his defensive style. So we may have to chill out with the Evero talk because right now Evero is pretty much walking the walk and shutting things down. So this is a more of a Dave Canales. Can you get the offense moving more explosive? His offense is not explosive at all. His offense does not scare nobody. Curls, dinky dunks, play action rollouts doesn't mean nothing. You could be the Jets team with that. You could be the a Miami Dolphins team with that. Hell, you could be the sorry as Dallas Cowboys with that. But now, the meat and the heart of the schedule now is upon us. And the injury to Bryce Young is severe. It's very serious. Ain't no doubts about it. Ain't no doubts about it. The link is pinned in the chat. We in the building. Bryce Young injured. That's the major report. We don't know what it is, but we're gonna find out very soon, and we most definitely gonna break it. Good win by the Carolina Panthers. Good win by a good win, much needed win. Went on the road, got the win. The win is a win. They go home to Buffalo. What can they do? What can they do? As I say, they don't get a bye to week 14. So injuries left and right on this team. So it's a part of the NFL. It's the doggy dog world. But you got the dub. There shouldn't be no two running back system. It's Rico Dowd's team. It's Rico Dowd should be the lead running back. I'm sorry, Chuba. You don't move the running game. Don't. Sorry, Rico Dowd's more explosive with the run game. It's more variety. Rico Dowd works good with Bryce. I don't know how he's gonna work with Andy Dalton. I don't know. Andy Dalton is suspect. You get the rush on Andy Dalton is I mean, oh my goodness. At least Bryce can evade and escape. But we also knew that Bryce play style was gonna eventually lead him to getting hurt. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, we don't know the severity of it. We don't know. We're gonna see. Let me see if I can press conference. Let me see. Uh, no, 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 hold on. Bullshit. Tripping. Mm. I thought they already had a press conference. Hold on. see if we can get some. Hold on. So we can do big time win by the Carolina Panthers. Big time win. Big time win by the Carolina Panthers. What the hell? All right, hold on. Where we at? All right. Let's see what your boy Dave Canal is talking about.
Game, all those things. So I got to just tip my hat to them. We're grinding out, trying to find solutions and find yards. And, Andy was able to come in there, get a critical third down for us. Xavier with the big day, just all the hard work paying off. And then, of course, just can't say enough about the defense coming away with, 6 sacks, a couple of interceptions there, and just really playing excellent football all the way through the game.
Okay, update on the condition of Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce, we're evaluating him for the right ankle. So we're taking all the information and we're going to look at him when we get home some more and see where we're at. We'll let you.
He twisted it, maybe Dave at trying to avoid the sack.
Yeah, on that long third down. Yeah, I was trying to get out of trouble there and got caught up a little bit. So we'll update you as soon as we have more information.
Now, were you guys able to stick to whatever plan you had coming into the game with regards to how you used Chuba and Rico, or were there alterations that you guys had to make just based on what the defense was showing you?
It just came out like we thought. We just switched some series and let those guys go out there and play some football for us. And, we were able to find some yards in different ways, some screens, some different things like that. And then, as they were trying to, make things difficult, we were able to get the ball on the edge a couple of times with Rico in there. So I just thought it was a good day. Both guys running physically, running aggressive, and it ended up paying off for us.
Dave, you mentioned a couple of interceptions, both by J.C. Horn. Even the timing of when they happened, how would you describe his impact?
Yeah, just clutch play, doing right longer, and that's our definition of finish, and putting himself in position to make those plays, and really just his ability, his ball skills, to be able to come up with those plays for us. Can't put it away 2 drives before the end, really with the interception, but the defense just showed up collectively. Princely, another guy that just, showed up for us today and, got banged up a little bit and went back out there and finished. And I thought, what a great step for him. Just telling the team how much this means to him to be out there and be available for the guys.
They've on a chance Bryce can't play next week. How's the offense changed with when you go to Andy?
Yeah, we'll look at all that and see what the best version of us is. But right now it's running the football, and Andy can handle all those things. And, the pass game, the reps, the time on task with the group that we have, we got to stay within our core of our system. And, Andy's fully involved in all that. So if he does play, that'll be the mode.
Dave, Bryce has been remarkably durable throughout his first 3 years. That was a supposed knock on him coming in. For y'all to hold him out at the end of that game, does that speak to the potential severity of this?
We'll see. We'll look at all the information. We'll make sure we trust our docs and get the full evaluation, and we'll go from there.
Dave, when did you realize Delu wasn't going to be able to go? And what does it say about the group that you're able to continue to plug in so many guys there?
Yeah, I think the injury happened on Thursday, and we started moving him around, trying to mobilize it. We just couldn't get his strength back to a point where we felt safe about playing him, putting him out there, and the beautiful timing of Austin Corbett coming back. And, I got to watch the film, but, first impression is that Austin did a great job just continuing to allow us to play our style of offense.
What does having a winning record at this stage of the season mean after the struggles of the past few seasons?
We just take it one game at a time. We celebrate the wins, celebrate the heck out of it just now, and the resilience of guys making plays on the offense, on special teams. I thought Trevor Etienne did an excellent job today, fielding the ball and making some yards out of that. So he handled all those punts great, which was such a good thing, good feeling for us. And then of course for Xavier to come through in a one-on-one opportunity, they challenged us all game, and to make that play when we had a chance for it was huge.
Dave, your assessment of Bryce while he did play.
He was doing excellent, throwing in rhythm, manufacturing, making sure we're getting to the right runs based on the looks and all those things. He's been just continuing to build off of that, just feeling confident about our process and being able to push our football forward. So he's been doing a great job.
Dave, you brought up J.C. Horn's interceptions. I mean, those come in two really key spots where momentum can shift. How much did those turnovers change the game for you and how you attack the rest of the game?
It was huge, just from a standpoint of guys expecting their teammates to show up and make big plays, and just the excitement and the energy up with both of those interceptions in critical situations. And Mike Jack had a couple of really beautiful plays on a one-on-one go ball down the field in the end zone, and then an end cut, a little bit later on the last drive, really close to picking that ball off. And then we had kind of a tie goes to the runner situation on the sideline where they got a first down. He had both hands on it. He's trying to pull the ball away. So I thought those guys just played excellent together today.
How rewarding is it to see Trevor have a really good return game, helped to set up the touchdown at the beginning of the season, had a muff, you replaced them in the game against Atlanta. How rewarding is it to see that faith pay off?
Absolutely, and just working on his craft every day. What's my next step? And the next step was fielding those punts cleanly, finding yards. Great, good for it. But if we catch them all, we save a lot of yards, and he did an excellent job today with that.
Dave, this felt like a situation where after Bryce went down, that the defense was not going to let you lose. And what did that speak to that group specifically?
Again, just great for the players to feel every phase doing their part. Special teams, covering the kicks, returning the ball, getting us positive gains there offensively, making yards, making first downs. Third down today, it was a little bit of a rough day for us on third down, but we found some good completions early on to move the chains to give us chances. But I just love the fact that when everybody has a chance to affect the game, and they do, the trust factor and the confidence of the group takes a step and grows.
Building off the winning later in the season, it's going to be the first time that the Panthers have had an over 500 record going into Week 8 since 2019. Is there any significance to that in terms of what you're building?
We're one game at a time, and just taking these wins and celebrating the heck out of it. We have to keep that focus because it's required of us to go back to work. We'll celebrate it. We'll look at the film. We'll correct the things that we can improve on, but we have to have that kind of resilience and focus to just take a next step, go to the next game. We got a great opponent coming up. And I cannot leave this podium without, again, just talking about the Jets, Coach Wilkes, and just the job that they did, and our guys to have the resilience to take care of the football was a big deal today, especially with the challenges that we were presented. So really proud of the group and the way we finished.
Do you win a game like this last year with the way that you guys kind of were struggling with complementary football?
Off the top, I can't really give you a clear answer to that. But it speaks to each phase, I can ask the group, what are you expecting from your defense? And I believe the offensive guys will be able to say, these guys are going to play really hard against the run. And now creating the pressure, creating opportunities by getting pressure on the quarterback and affecting them, that's something we can add to us, And then offensively, still being able to come out of the day with a pretty decent run day, even with the challenges that were presented. We're learning more about this group and who we are.
What did you learn today about the two-back rotation you had, and is that something you think you'll continue to do?
It felt great. It felt great for me to know whoever I was calling the run for, I expect great execution out of these guys. And, Chuba even had a couple of excellent runs, on the perimeter, with screens, and bit out some pretty good yards in that regard too. So being able to be versatile with our play passes, our screens, and our runs is critical for us to have success.
Can I get a little clarity on what happened right after Bryce's injury? Did he come up to you? Was he having problems walking? What happened after that sack that made you say, okay, we need to take him to the locker room?
It was all the trainers just doing their job of evaluating him and being able to say whether he could get back out there and put force on that ankle and change directions and do the things we need him to do within our scheme. And just felt like we couldn't get him back out there soon enough. And we'll give you more information as we gather that.
Just to clarify, is the sprained ankle at a minimum?
Again, I don't want to give any specifics. I don't have the specifics right now, so I think we're just going to have to just do our evaluation and go from there.
There was some speculation he got pleated. Was it more of a?
I have no idea. I didn't see it. Yeah.
David, there was
Last one.
6 sacks today, and then the Merrick one specifically, it looked like he disguised it really well. What did you see from that unit as a whole, and then that sack in particular?
Time on task, guys working on the different rush patterns that we're using for the week. They change them up a little bit every week, but the guys haven't, being really focused in on the details of how to execute them. The timing of it and all that is getting better and better. So I just think it's a credit to the coaching staff and the players taking to the game plan and executing it at a high level really today.
You say if Bryce was high or low ankle sprain?
I'm not going to give any specific details. We'll give you more information.
You did say, though, just to be clear, that he was having trouble putting weight on it.
Yeah, and otherwise he would have been back in the game. So
thank you.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Locker room's open.
See if there's anything else. JC right.
Talked about throughout your career, you've got 3 in 7 games. I mean, what's different this year?
Just capitalizing on the opportunity. I feel like I've been out a lot in my career, so just putting together a string of games and having opportunities to make plays on the ball, you just try to come up with it and make the most of it.
The one-handed snags, is that just a little bit of extra sauce, or just the position you happen to be in?
A little bit of both. I practice them in practice. Y'all see injury. I catch a lot on one hand, but yeah, it just happened to happen like that.
What did you see on that first interception? What did you see on that first interception?
Really just the ball. I was playing low on it because I knew we was in quarters, and I had the safety coming over, so I was playing low on it. So I knew it wasn't much grass behind me. So when they was yelling ball, I just looked up and just played the ball.
What is the feeling for you when not only you're getting picks, you see Mike Jackson who played 6 sacks collectively? What is the impact of what you saw from this defense?
Just us staying together as a defense. We knew coming into the game, they had a good defense, and we were gonna have to outplay them. That's one thing Coach E said all throughout the week. We're gonna have to create takeaways and outplay their defense, and that's what we did today on every position group. Defensive line dominated, stopping the run, and getting back there, pressuring the quarterback. And I think we missed probably 3 or 4 sacks too. So they played their ass off, and we just got to get back to the drawing board tomorrow and get ready for next week.
JC,
different styles with Tyrod Taylor coming in the second half. How did you guys adjust to that? He definitely looked to be pushing the ball down the field a lot more than Justin Fields did.
We just adjusted on the go. We knew with him coming in the second half, it was going to be a lot more passing, and he not the threat that Justin is running the football. So we knew we were going to have to be on top of our game and communicate in the back end and make plays on the football.
When you made those 2 interceptions, each time it felt like an inflection point potentially that they could kind of really capitalize and trade momentum there. Did you kind of feel that after each interception that you guys had gained momentum back?
Yeah, a little bit, but just the way the game was going, we were trying not to get too excited, after the turnovers, because we knew we were gonna have to go back out there even that last drive to get them off the field. So we just tried to stay focused. We celebrated the interceptions and the sacks and stuff, but just knowing, like I said, we were gonna have to outplay their defense.
I didn't get a chance to look this up, but have you had a 2-interception game while you're at Carolina?
Nah, not in the NFL. I had one in college.
So how does it feel to get 2? Because, sometimes people question you as an elite corner, and it seems like this year you kind of you're quiet, you're subtle with it, but you're letting your play show on the field.
Yeah, I mean, they gonna do it. They gonna say what they want, question what they want. But all I care about is the coaches. Like I always said, the organization believing in me, and the players in the locker room. That's the only people I need to believe in me. And I'm just keep grinding, trying to get better every day.
JC, 3 in a row, first time with the winning record. I think for the first time since 2019. In perspective, what do you make of it?
We doing a good job right now, coming together and winning football. But it's a long season. We gotta. Like I said, I keep going back to my rookie year when we started 3-0, and then it went downhill after that. So you just got to stay locked in week to week. We're gonna celebrate this, on the plane the rest of today, tomorrow. We're gonna come in there and make corrections and get ready for Buffalo.
What was the celebration in there? Dave said celebrating the heck out of it when he was up there, but how would you describe the celebration after?
It was fun. It's always fun when you walk out there with a win. Especially this being our first road win. That was one of the point of emphasis this week, just being able to bring the show on the road and show we can do it on away games, and we did that today.
JC, for the last 3 seasons, I want to say, I don't know for, you guys have lost a starter on the defensive side of the ball, at least one starter for the season. And this unit got a lot of flack, this group, to overcome losing somebody like Pat Jones and getting this road win.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, losing a playmaker like Pat. You see the game he had last week, and then just, losing him and, having to put 2 young guys in there with Princely and Nick. But they stepped up. They both stepped up today. I think Nick had his first career sack. So proud of them for stepping up to the plate, and they talented. And, just, last year was tough, but, this year, like I said, it's the 2025 Panthers. You can't worry about last year, and we just going to, keep trying to stay together. Like I said, people going to say what they want to say. We just got to stay together and worry about getting better every day.
6 sacks, 6 sacks for the lineman. You with 2 picks. Mike Jack with a couple critical.
Should have had 2 picks. Mike, yeah.
I know he had a couple of good PDUs. When the whole defense is kind of eating like that, are you all feeding off of each other's kind of adrenaline success?
Yeah, definitely. I think they describe it as like flow state, where we just, like me personally, I wasn't even thinking about the situations because like the way we was all, playing on one accord and keep dominating on the defensive side. So, when everybody playing good like that, it made the game more fun, stress free, and we all just out there balling. So, we're gonna try to, reach that every game.
Next week's game is going to probably be the most anticipated game at Bank of America Stadium in about a half a decade at least. As much as you're high off this victory, are you allowing yourself to think about what the atmosphere is going to be like next week with a Super Bowl contender at home, and probably a game that's going to get a lot more attention than any Carolina game has had for a while?
Nah, not really. We're gonna enjoy this one today. We'll worry about Buffalo tomorrow.
Did you saw Trevin's pass breakup?
Oh yeah. Trevor, that was a great play. He was
impressive.
Yeah, I think he ran 4-4, and it was one of the plays in the game. He was matched up on the receiver, and he was looking at me like, "You on the switch?" Because I was on the running back. I'm like, "Bro, just stay on him. You 4-4. You probably faster than him." So, Trevin, a hell of a player. Just to see the growth he made the last couple of weeks, just staying with it. When everybody was tough on him early on, I'm super proud of him, and I think he's just gonna keep getting better.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse.
Garrett Brown's going to be available at his locker.
Yeah, boy look like Lil Wayne. Uh, yeah. Yeah, your boy over there looking like Wheezy. JC Horn. See that go to media hyping it up. Oh, Super Bowl contender, this and that. All right, okay, okay, okay. Bryce Young has a high ankle sprain because of the cleats or something like that hit him. What are they? Bryce Young will be out 4 to 6 weeks, guaranteed. 4 to 6 weeks, guaranteed. Sorry. I mean, I hate to have to break it to you like that, but breaking news. That's what we do over here. We're gonna hit you with it. Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks, high ankle sprain. Hey, crying over it now. See what else we got. Yeah, at least a 4 to 6, maybe a 4 to 6 weeks injury. See what we can get. Yeah. Trying to see if any injury news on that Bryce. Yeah, they being tight lip about it. Yeah, it's definitely being tight lip about the injury. See, see what I can find. See what they're talking about. Orlando, shout out to JC.
From the leadership of Derek Brown to say absolutely, and echo what the coach says, live in the moment, celebrate, thing is
this time around, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the show. Looks like we're good because I got people signing on. All right, showing up there. Let me double check one more place because, again, some things were happening where I didn't see that we had went live like I had intended us to be. So I just want to make sure that everything is right. Looks like everything is right now. So I can come back and I can do this like I did the first time around. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte 5, a man of the people here live on Metfield Stadium with a big smile because the Carolina Panthers have now done something they have not done since any of my youngest children. They have won 3 games in a row. They climbed to being above 500. The Carolina Panthers are now 4-3 after a decent game. It wasn't the most exciting game. It certainly had its, watching paint dry kind of moments here. But it was a game in which the Carolina Panthers overcame the problem of winning on the road. Bryce Young, and we will update regarding him as much as we can. Sorry about my eye wiping here, but it is very windy out here. Bryce Young overcoming his, problem with winning on the road. Some might say, well, he didn't finish it out. Well, he got through 3/4 of it, and he didn't make any major mistakes, so I'm going to give it to the man. But Bryce Young and his team overcome their 1-17 on the road to get their first victory on the road this year in 2025 here in New York. And, we're going to break this down for you as we always do. We're going to talk about the injuries from today's game and the latest statuses that we have on those. We're going to go through some photos. Always got great photos from our photographer, Patrick Snyder. I tend to say sometimes, for some of you out there, subscribe to us just for seeing the great photographs that we have out there. Stats, and then I'm going to break down and give you my thoughts and everything. So that is some good stuff. Want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's signing on right now. We got David Roger, Renee S., Ali Bodrick, Julian Rails, Captain Prince E., Carolyn Chambliss, Captain Prince E. again, Judith. So, all right, let me see if I can get this to working correctly this time. And I forget which screen I was at that quick. So, here we go. We'll do this. We're going to go ahead and start, as we always like to do, with some photos from the day. And I always like to say our photographs tell the story of the day. Sometimes it's not been the greatest story to tell, but I got a feeling today it is a great story to tell, and we're going to have some phenomenal pictures to look at from this win. So let's go ahead and start with this one right here. What is that? That is a picture of none other than our guy, J.C. Horn, celebrating one of his 2, not 1, but 2 interceptions of the day. Great stuff there, JC, celebrating. You know what? JC was not the only happy guy out there today. We also had my man Derek Brown celebrating some W, and we had some victories from that as well today. So that's awesome stuff. Great to see. And let's keep it going. Let's just do this for a second. Let's give this team a round of applause for their efforts today. Again, was not the prettiest game, but I think any Carolina Panther fan out there that doesn't want to go ahead and give this team a little hat tip, a little salute, come on, man. Why not? Why not? This team is overcoming. This team is – I'm not saying it's the best team, but it feels like it, right, because we've been dealing with so much right? Excuse me. Let's go ahead and continue to show some of these highlights from today. My man, J.C. Horn, who was having a day that he probably could yawn about, right? Like, there's no action coming my way. There's nobody throwing the ball my way. What are we doing? And but when they threw it your way, got the INT. So, J.C., this is exactly why they were letting you fall asleep early on in this game, because they did not want all these highlights that I'm showing of you getting interceptions to take place. And here you saw it on the cover for this thumbnail for this show here tonight. That first interception by J.C. Horn. I mean, this guy, all of his interceptions, I think, have been very, very phenomenal. That one in Jacksonville, this reminds you of that one in Jacksonville where he got the one-handed catch, but did it again today and did it just behind me here when you see me come back on the screen. This is the side of the field where he got that first interception that you felt like, hey, this is going to seal the game. But that's just great focus, great technique. And you got to love photographs because it allows you to dissect other stuff. Reynolds got his hands in the perfect placement as if J.C. Horn is not going to make it. And then our defender playing the ball as if he's trying to take it out of Reynolds' hand, but J.C.'s like, nah, seat belts on. I got it. All right. Let's see here. Got some duplicate emails here. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about this. We're going to break down all the stats and things from today, right? It's going to be a full look. We get to maybe about an hour-long show today. Here's my guy, Xavier Legette, bringing in the ball. And he brought in several today. Good for him to get back on track because I made a note to myself as I was watching this game that Xavier Legette was having a good day. And before it was all done, you had to say, well, nope, he had a great day. Got to like this young man, cheer for him. Great to see that he had the success that he had today and coming out and continue to rebound and develop, right? Develop. And then you had this photograph right here that many of you probably did not expect to see. This is Andy Dalton getting some game time action. Andy Dalton again coming in that third quarter for Bryce Young. Bryce Young left the game today with an ankle injury, was first listed as questionable to return, and then later was ruled out to return. So we got lots of information that's feeding into me right now. We'll continue to bring that to you guys and share that with you about the latest updates that we have about Bryce Young. By the way, I'd like to share with you guys this. We are independent media, 100% supported by you all, your super chats, your cash apps, your subscriptions, memberships, and all that stuff, right? So if you enjoyed the content that you're viewing right now, me being live on the field immediately after the game, interacting with you guys, breaking down everything, showing you photographs, videos, etc., please consider a super chat to support us so that we can continue to do what we do. 100% supported by our members. That's what I could say, man of the people. And we don't have anyone writing us those big checks to continue to fly to the games and have the team out here that we have covering. So again, I want to mention that if you're able to support us, please do. But if you don't have the money to do so, which I understand, just hit that like button, subscribe, help us continue to get to our 15,000 subscribers. The bigger we grow, the more that we can do for you guys, all right? So please consider doing so, supporting us over here at Charlotte Vibe and Independent Media. All right, going to move some of these great images that we got from the game today. So Tyrod Taylor came in, and we're going to talk about this. Tyrod Taylor, the Jets coach after the game said he needed a boost. Benched Justin and went with Tyrod. And I would say this, Tyrod did make a difference for sure. He did make a difference. Wasn't enough, but he did make a difference. But there you see getting some pressure on Tyrod after he came in there in the second half. And then we're going to see some defense in action here today. Mike Jackson. It's my ball. No, it's my ball. This one was ultimately received by the Jets, counted as a catch by the Jets. But it was great defense, nevertheless, by Mike Jackson to try to prevent that catch from happening. Good defensive effort today by the Carolina Panthers. Good defensive effort for sure by the Carolina Panthers. And you're going to see several of these today, right? And what is that? Celebrations, happiness. And I played it during the pregame show. Give me just a second, guys. Enjoy this photograph while I need just a second to get all of my things in order here. But again, Ashawn Robinson right here with the celebration. But something that I had played for you guys in the pregame show was my one-on-one interview with Mike Jackson in the locker room, talking about, you know, what they need to do today to catch a win. But one of the things he talked about was having fun, playing for your brother out there, showing some excitement and having some energy. That's what he said to me. That probably been Wednesday. And you saw it out here today with the defense. You saw them, you know, as you see here, this picture with Ashawn celebrating. You saw another picture with Derek Brown celebrating. You guys can't see it at home on the television screens, but on the sidelines, man, I forget exactly what point it was during the game, but the everybody on defense was like they were like jumping. They were like jumping up and down on the side, and I think they might have been twisting too. They were jumping and twisting, and that's playing with some energy. That's playing for what these guys like to say is my brother out there and stuff, man. Good chemistry never hurts anything. Excitement and energy never hurts anything, and I'm glad to see that taking place for this Carolina team. Make that change. Here we see Trevon Moreg with the tackle there, getting it in. I think that would have been his sack. That was a good blitz that was called up by Evero to get that sack on Justin, where Moreg came right up the middle, pretty much untouched, and was able to get the sack on Justin Fields. And, man, that was good to see. Good to see. And then we got some pictures here of my man Bryce Young, BY9, scrambling, trying to find a lane down the field. He needs to, Bryce, you got to work on your slide. You got to work on your slide. Bryce's slide almost looks like that of a kid. It's like an old man slowly going down to take a slide, but he's protected himself, so I'm sure he'll improve on that as time goes on. And then here you have some more pressures, and we got sacks today. I'm going to show the stats in a little bit here. We got sacks today, and I didn't say a sack. We got sacks today. Good stuff, good stuff. And then this is what we're absolutely going to talk about here some more tonight. Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle. Did Dave Canales do a good job using his tandem? Is there some ways that he can improve on it? But nevertheless, Rico and Chuba both got about equal playing time. Again, we're going to show the stats here shortly. But here's Rico in action on a run. I think this would have been after he had the screen pass that was caught, and that screen pass looked wild because he caught the ball on that screen pass and just had 3 linemen in just like at least 20 yards of space, and it seemed like the linemen didn't know. All right, when do we go? Because Chuba ran past them in like a split second. So, but they also had to wait a second, right? They had to wait a second for Chuba to catch it and then take off. But nevertheless, that was a great play, great pickup by the Carolina Panthers and Chuba on that run to get the first down and almost score. And this young man right here, let's continue to cheer for Xavier Legette. First-round pick from a couple years ago. Had some struggles this season, had an injury this season, had the dubious record for, what was it? Most catches and least yards, something like that Xavier had at some point in that Cardinals game. I forget the exact one, but for him to incrementally, since he's returned from that injury, do better, that is good to see. It's good for Xavier. It's good for the team. I like to see it. So congrats to Xavier. And we did have some moments that we wanted back. We did have some moments that we want some things back. One of those moments being here, Jimmy Horn with a drop. It happens, but we just hope that it doesn't happen often and he continues to improve. That was I think a pretty solid decision by Coach Dave Canales to sit Hunter Renfrow and get Jimmy Horn Jr. out there. Jimmy had several touches today. If you look at Jimmy's production when he's out there compared to what Hunter Renfrow was doing, and again, we're going to go to the stats here in just a second, you'll see that he was doing very well. Giving them some different skills and make production. So like to see that from Jimmy Horn. And this right here is a photo pre-game. Guys just getting ready to play some ball, getting ready to take on these New York Jets, getting ready to get another victory, which they were able to get today. Man, I'm excited. Leave a comment let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. Leave a comment to let me know how you are currently feeling about this Carolina Panthers team. Here is a sack. Gotta like the sacks. More sacks today than we've had. Not more. I don't know numbers, and I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head. But Nick Scorton with a sack. He got his first sack today and had more than one. So congrats to Nick Scorton on that as well. And then all day we were doing this. Didn't do quite like the Broncos did. The Broncos made it an absolutely 100% miserable day. But this is DJ Wanham getting some pressure. And I'm not sure if he was able to get the sack or not on this exact play. But I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see it. So I believe that is going to be all of our images and looking back from today. If another one or two comes by, I'll crank them back up and share them with you. We're going to go to some of the locker room stuff now. And let's start with the press conference. We'll start with Dave Canales and his press conference. We'll give just a moment to pull this up for you guys. All right, so we got it cranked up. So as always, first we start with photographs from the game, and then we're going to take you straight to the press conference to hear from what is made available to the media yet. With assume that's because of his injury, and they instead made J.C. Horn available.
Yes, there's no report out yet on Bryce, but we pretty much speculate. As I said again, Bryce don't play next week. It's a 4 to 6 week injury. Facts on that. So yeah, shout out to the Carolina Panthers for my big time win today. Big time win, much needed win. Um, it's a big time home game. We're definitely gonna see. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. To you know what we do over here. Dropping some of the best Carolina Panther content. You want that real talk about the Carolina Panthers down to the meat and bones? This is the channel where you want to come to and get all of that for sure. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah. Get up out of that one. Hold on. See what yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm good. So yeah. Great win by the Carolina Panthers. Buffalo Bills up next. First year injury is unknown, but we most definitely I'm on it. My team is on it. As soon as we can get the news, we most definitely gonna break it. My speculation is it's a high ankle sprain. This may be a 2 to 4 week injury, maybe 6, depends on the severity of it. It's Bryce's first injury, so you know this one. But, you know he's gonna try to get back, so who knows? But this may be an injury that may be a season-long injury or maybe a season-ending injury. Who knows? But the severity of it is not good. So, but we most definitely are on it. As I say again, big time win for the Carolina Panthers all the way around. 3 wins in a row. Can we go for 4? Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that cash out. Support the channel. Support the movement. You know what we do over here. Carolina Panther Nation. Community. Stand up. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button.
Great power comes great responsibility. Great power comes great responsibility.
A nickname now. They're calling you the Carolina Reaper. Have you heard that nickname? Like the Reaper, like when you go up against your competition, you kind of take them out. There are a couple of head coaches that have gotten fired after you beat their team. You took the Cardinals out of the playoffs. Is that you haven't heard of that?
No, that's my first time hearing it. Again, I definitely can't control nicknames. I don't know about.
What do you think about it though?
I don't know. Reaper's a little like evil, so like I don't know. I try not to be evil, I guess. I don't know how to feel, but yeah, that's not really up to me, I guess.
Right.
Great power comes great responsibility.